Good morning everyone from Copan, Honduras. So what am I doing in Copan? Well, Copan is the place, Copan is the home to some Mayan ruins, and I decided, that between Guatemala, between my stay in Antigua and my trip to El Salvador, to make a little stop here in Copan. It's a very, very small city, not many things to do. The ruins by far the main highlight, and they do have some I think a reservation for macaws, for the very colorful, bright and big parrots. But I'll see if I'll visit it or not. But either way, I'm gonna take you today on a little journey through the Mayan ruins of Copan, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'm excited. I have no idea how they look. I heard some things. I heard good things. I heard bad things. So either way, I did hear that they do have the most sculptures out of all the Mayan sites in the Americas. So we'll see. So this is the main part of the archaeology park, and guys, there's pretty much no one around except a whole bunch of macaws that make a whole bunch of noise. But yeah, check out the ruins. I'm gonna walk a little bit through here and show you guys around. This is one of the main parts. They have a few things through the jungle as well that have different paths that you have to go close to the entrance. But yeah, it's again, it's 8:30 right now, or not even 8:30, and there's no one here. So if you do come to Honduras, to Copan, definitely choose the morning route, because you have the whole place for yourself, and you can get photos, videos, and so on. But yeah, let's check and see what else does the site have. Very cool how the trees just grew on top of the ruins. It's a very similar to the trees, and the vibe that you get at Angkor, where pretty much nature combined with the architecture, and they formed one in the end. But yeah, there's some pretty big trees here as well, and the sky is starting to clear up. It did rain a little bit yesterday and last night most likely, but overall it's actually a great place, and it looks like it's getting refurbished quite a bit. A lot of the stuff are being redone, so they may not be the original part, but either way, it's quite nice to be here, and pretty much not be crowded by anyone whatsoever. You have the whole place to yourself. So this is considered the ball court. They have a very similar one at Chichen Itza and some of the other Mayan ruins. Way bigger. This one looks like it's a smaller one. But either way, you kind of get the idea. And the nature, spectacular, no doubt. Massive trees just on top of the ruins. And also the cool part is that you can actually climb many of these little pyramids, and there's no restrictions whatsoever. I think mostly the ones that were refurbished could be climbed, to support the weight and the mass and everything. But also this one right here that we're on it right now, it has a staircase build specifically to go on top, but it goes kind of around it. They're still refurbishing, as you can see, some of the stuff there. But yeah, it's still made the opportunity to let people hike it. So after climbing probably the biggest pyramid here, you can kind of get a view of the whole landscape surrounding Copan, and again, the majestic trees. Check it out. The way this one is leaning on the side of the pyramid, you would expect it to fall at any moment. Again, very similar to some of the ruins that you see at Angkor, no doubt. More similar, in my opinion, than what you would get at Chichen Itza, for example. And also, guys, besides the fact that there are not that many people, you also get a whole bunch of birds, though, especially the macaw, the big parrots. And I'll probably try to catch some photos of them on the way out. They were pretty much everywhere at the entrance. you know, I didn't pull my portrait lens in order to capture the macaws, but you know, it's on the list for sure. Until then, you know, I said it's probably going to be easier to just get the shots and the videos that I want at the site with no one in it, rather than focus on getting birds pictures for now. You know, so by far my favorite part here is that you can kind of roam pretty much anywhere you want. You know, there are a few restricted spots like right here, but that's, you know, mainly for safety purposes, because, you know, it gets quite narrow and there's no path, you know, just going back. So either way, guys, you know, it's quite interesting, no doubt whatsoever, worth the visit. The entrance cost to the archaeology site is a little bit steep. It's around $15 per person. So you know, it's one of those things. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? You know, in my opinion, just because of the things I just mentioned, you know, pretty much free wilderness, no people, especially at this hour in the morning, it's worth it, you know, no doubt. The museum, which is an additional $15, I'm not doing it. But you know, the archaeology site, it's definitely high on the list. You know, more massive than I imagined. You know, you get birds, you get you know, the nice, you know, tranquility of the morning. You know, it's just phenomenal. You know, I did not expect it. It blew my expectations, no doubt. And you know, definitely advise you guys to make a smaller trip if you're in Guatemala or in El Salvador to Copan and see the ruins. And one little tip, guys, you know, even though you see a whole bunch of rocks pretty much everywhere, you know, some of them are actually sculptures. You know, you got one here and one here, so it's very easy to miss. You know, not everything's reconditioned or anything like that, so you know, there's still jewels just laying around. You know, like right here in front, you see this big rock, and then now if you get close, it's actually a sculpture of a face of, you know, looks very identical to something you will see on Eastern Island on Rapa Nui, you know. But yeah, just kind of pay attention to the rocks as well, and the different stuff that they have on it. That tree, guys, right there, again, it's just phenomenal. It's just mind-blowing how nature and culture and nature and history can just exist one within each other. You know, it's just phenomenal, no doubt. You know, check out that route that goes all the way down there. It's just phenomenal. Now, what I do like to mention, why I love these type of places where they have some ruins and they have some rocks just laying everywhere, you know, just like behind me right here. They make one of the best foreground objects ever. You know, you can get the nice scenery in the back, and then you get a little rock with some design. You know, it's just great. You know, flowers, rocks, pretty much anything can make the picture pop completely than just taking a regular photo of something, right? Putting a little blurriness, you know, on one side, you know, having a little bit of color, a little bit of the design, you know, it can definitely change the whole aspect and the whole composition. You know, it's 10x, no doubt. So here's an easy one that you can miss. Right in the middle, guys, you got 6 skulls, you know, pretty much dividing the pyramid into 2. That's looks like there were probably 3 more there at one point, and yeah, not symmetrical, but could have been, right? It's missing. And guys, while I was walking, I thought, you know, this is kind of the end of the archaeology site. All of a sudden, you know, after a little hill of again perfect foreground objects for photos, you know, just rocks, you pretty much get this. Yeah, it's large. It's quite large, and it looks like there's more to be discovered within the rainforest, no doubt. But yeah, I'm gonna head down there and see what photos and videos I can make. It's, again, remarkable. Blew all my expectations, you know. So I'm super grateful that was the case. Yeah, and this is how it looks like from the bottom. It looks like it may have been a court or some type of arena. It has this, you know, pretty, looks like a square. It looks quite even. So it could be a square, it could be, you know, religious purposes, it could be, you know, for sports. Who knows? I mean, a lot of these you know, are just assumptions that people make. So there's a massive wall right here and some pretty awesome birds that make some firework noise. But yeah, check out the walls, and then it pretty much continues and it forms this pyramid, or these pyramids. Pretty cool. Okay, so do you hear all those noises? Those are macaws. Macaw is the beautiful red, blue, and yellow parrot, you know, that you see everywhere. You see it on rum commercials, you see it pretty much everywhere, you know. And you know, the most beautiful parrot that you know, that's the one, that's the macaw. So there are a whole bunch here, guys. I have no idea if I'm gonna go to the reservation. There was a reservation as well, where you pretty much can touch him and put him on your hand and do all that crazy stuff. But there are a whole bunch here, so let's see exactly. I'm gonna show you guys first the video, and then I'm gonna go and switch my lens and get some nice portraits and everything. But let's see, check out, there are a whole bunch of beautiful birds. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see better. Check it out. Hey buddy. It's gonna be a little more shaky right now since I have it zoomed all the way, but it's for your own benefit in the end. So yeah, the reservation that I was talking about, guys, that I wanted to go, and I'm still deciding if I should go or not. They pretty much help save all the parrots that are injured, and then they let them go in the wild again. And also they're trying to repopulate the area, so they also you know, mate them as well. What the hell is that? Looks like there's a little animal there at the bottom too. Either way, super spectacular, you know. I don't know about you guys, but they're probably one of my favorite parrots, you know, one of my favorite birds, just because they're so colorful. They're so you know, full of life from what it seems like. You know, they're loud. It's spectacular, you know. There's so many more other birds here as well, but for now I'm gonna focus on getting some photos. And that's a wrap from Copan, guys. Again, I know I mentioned it before, I'm gonna mention it again at the end. You know, definitely worth the visit. You know, $15, a little steep, but overall, you know, you get the nice jungle vibe, you know, a little bit of that Indiana Jones feeling, no doubt. It's worth it. It's close to Antigua, it's close to El Salvador, so if you're around one of these destinations, definitely think about including Copan into your itinerary. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, you know, can clearly see why, no doubt, but it's actually the only site that I'm gonna see here in Honduras. But either way, there's more for next time. So guys, take care and peace out.